Back in June of this year, 2023, I started my blind Let's Play series of Pikmin. And for me, it was love at first sight. I freaking loved Pikmin. I already completed the first game, I've completed the second game, and now I am trying to complete Pikmin 3. And so far, I'm absolutely loving it. I'm already so immersed in the world of Pikmin, and I cannot wait to play Hey Pikmin and Pikmin 4, as well as some modded Pikmin stuff. So if you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing because I have a lot of Pikmin content on the way. I'll be finishing 3, and if you guys want to check out my complete Pikmin journey, that'll be linked in the description down below to that playlist of me playing 1, 2, and 3 for the very first time, and as of now, I am still trying to beat 3. So, with all that out of the way, let's just get right into the video. Hello my YouTube viewers, my name is Ganvious, and today I'll be reacting to Nintendo's strange censorship of Pikmin 1 and 2. So, I kinda, I didn't know about this until I was told during a live stream that, Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch was kinda censored, and I didn't really understood that. So Flamesy went into my DMs and he sent me a bunch of screenshots of like the OG notes at the end of each day of Pikmin 1 and of Pikmin 2 from Olimar. And I read a couple of them. I honestly don't remember what I read. This was a while back. This was like a few weeks ago. And there's so many screenshots. And I told Flamesy, I'm like, listen, I appreciate it, but I don't know if I want to read all of that with all due respect. He's like, nah man, it's all good. I understand, whatever. He was chill about that. But I had no idea that so much content has either been changed or cut completely from the Pikmin 1 and 2 port on the Switch, because, you know, due to my knowledge, like, I know Pikmin came out on the GameCube and then the Wii, and then obviously on Switch, and I didn't realize so much has changed since Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch came out. So, now I see this video, obviously, the strange censorship of Pikmin 1 and 2. So my guess is that this content creator is about to dive right into this and break it all down for me, so I don't have to read everything that Flamesy sent me. I may read it when I am bored or something, but I don't have the drive to read all of that. So hopefully this breaks it down beautifully in 7 minutes, and we shall see. So enough of me rambling, let's get right into the video.
The Switch ports of Pikmin 1 and 2 are very interesting. While they are mostly the same gameplay-wise, except for a few changes like skippable cutscenes being removed in Pikmin 2. However, there are several non-gameplay differences when compared to the GameCube and Wii originals. One of the biggest ones was a large amount of dialogue being completely redubbed for the Switch version. A lot of these changes are quite baffling and often over the top. These can range from minor changes to completely removing plot details and characters from the games. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe for high-quality Pikmin videos weekly. Now, Pikmin 1 didn't receive that many dialogue changes, mainly due to it not being as edgy as other games, say, like Pikmin 2. Most of this game's dialogue changes were to adjust for the changes in mechanics and controls for the Switch version. However, one piece of dialogue received a rather obtuse change, that being Olimar's log on the Mamuda. In the original game, Olimar said, "This seems to be a gentle, flower-loving creature, but if angered, it is fierce. Its mighty open-handed smack. It reminds me of the time back home when a mosquito landed on my head, and my wife tried to get it. This offensive comic mischief of Olimar getting smacked was removed in the Switch."
What? Oh, I hate that. Oh my god. Why? Why? Because oh wait. Flamsy sent him Flamsy also sent him these screenshots. Maybe I do need to read them, right? Maybe I do need to read all of them. Maybe it's important for me to read all of these on my own time. Okay, alright, Flamsy, my eyes are opened right now. But yeah, why? Is it in a way promoting violence or something? About Olimar getting smacked in the face by his wife or something? What? That was great. That's so much better than this. Because all it says here is that smack was so powerful that I feared my helmet might crack open. It's just like, right. Dang it, that sucks. That really sucks.
Having a fly land on someone and then smacking them accidentally is such an overdone joke throughout all types of media, it's practically impossible for anyone to find it offensive. So
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
Olimar's wife did this on accident. It's not like she just intentionally started assaulting Olimar. It's a really random piece of censorship. I don't know who it's for, like maybe for the people that found the Three Stooges too much to handle. But overall, it is the only baffling change in Pikmin 1, and it is a small line of dialogue that barely anyone saw. Just had no impact on the characters or lore. Let's hope Pikmin 2 keeps up this trend. Alright, starting off with Pikmin 2, we have a piece of dialogue that was redubbed and it completely changes one of the characters and the lore.
Oh no. Really? That got me. Oh god. Oh god, this is alright. Now I gotta subscribe to this guy. Hang on. Who is this? I'm only here for Pikmin is their name. That's an instant subscription from me.
Backstory of being forced to eat bugs as a child by his grandmother. The original letter states that Louis hated to play outside, so his grandmother forced him to eat bugs and plants. This adds a bit of depth to Louis hated to play
wait, let's read this. At my age, reminiscing is wonderful. Louis, do you remember the hill behind our house? You hated to play outside, so I made you eat bugs and plants. That is dark, right? I made you eat bugs and plants. But it does fit the Pikmin 2 vibe, kinda.
So his grandmother forced him to eat bugs and plants. This adds a bit of depth to Louis, as it shows that he was abused as a child and shows that his upbringing of being forced to eat bugs led to him being obsessed with them and calling himself the king of bugs, which eventually inspired him to run off onto the planet alone.
It makes sense now, right? It makes sense. I could kinda see why Nintendo removed that, but I still feel like that is a bit in a gray area, if I do say so myself.
This turns Louis from a one-note maniac into an actual character. The Switch version melds with the original letter to make it much more favorable towards...
Remember the hill near our house, Louis? You didn't like being outside as a kid, so I took you there to learn to love plants. We had a bug or two as we went. Oh god, the dark side of Pikmin 2.
To Louis' grandmother. Instead of forcing him to eat bugs and plants, she merely made Louis go outside with her and they, quote, ate a bug or two as we went. This is far less impactful than the original and ruins a part of Louis' backstory. Another notable change is the removal of all brands throughout the game. I'm sure everyone had that horrifying moment where they played Pikmin 2 on Switch and instead of a Duracell battery, it was this horrible knockoff. In fairness, this isn't really an...
Yeah. It didn't, for me, it didn't really change anything, because Pikmin 2 on Switch was my first introduction to Pikmin 2, but when people were telling me that they removed, like, the branded stuff, sure, that kind of sucks that the branded stuff is removed, and that wasn't in the game, but still, though, it wasn't, like, the end of the world, like, it is what it is, I could take it or leave it, but I understand those who grew up with the GameCube version and stuff, and were seeing, or, you know, were used to having and seeing the branded stuff.
Nintendo's fault, as they would have to renew every single license they filed originally in 2004, and it's really not worth the effort. There are also some other reasonable changes, such as the Aberreel Frippery and the Silencer's price tag of 666. While these are both really...
Someone told me about that. The Silencer, that treasure, oh god. That still gives me nightmares, but I remember someone telling me about that. It was originally 666. I'm like, my god.
They are pushing it a bit too far for a game rated 3+, so it's no wonder that they were changed. In fact, they were removed as early as the European GameCube releases of this game. Another strange detail in the Switch port of Pikmin 2 is the complete removal of some characters. In a mail, Louis' grandmother mentions calling over to his dad. The Switch port removes this detail for seemingly no reason, and this is the only time that Louis' dad has ever been mentioned in the series.
Really? I didn't even know Louis had a dad.
His mother and father in notes about the priceless and worthless statues. He notably states that the cheap statue reminds him of his father.
In many ways, it reminds me of my father. I probably shouldn't tell him that. It looks a lot like a present I gave my mom for Mother's Day. I miss her.
And how he only misses his mother sometimes, which implies Almar doesn't have the best relationship with his parents. This adds a small bit of detail to his character, which the Switch port axes for little to no reason as well. The game also changes some horribly offensive and outdated language in some mails. For instance, the president uses the horribly vile term slackers in this email, which is obviously unacceptable, and it's replaced by him politely telling Almar to hurry up. In this spam email, they changed the sickening word of love with so many more potty.
Yeah,
Obviously unacceptable.
God forbid
By him
the word slackers. Yeah,
telling Almar to hurry up.
Yeah, I mean,
email, they changed
for these so far, I could take it or
the
leave it.
sickening word of love with soul.
Yeah, that's not a dire change. I mean,
more potty language in this video won't be allowed on YouTube. Another iconic spam mail was also completely redubbed.
Those changes are the end of the world for me.
That being the one where this mysterious individual.
Okay, people told me about this one, but I haven't actually seen the screenshot here. I am so lonely. I want a friend that'll listen to my troubles. I want to meet someone like you. Contact me at http://www.pikmin.com. And you could see by the figure. Nintendo is definitely doing some under the table stuff with this one.
You will ask Almar out, which was replaced by a bland message in how your friends are good. They also changed the Space Love series of treasures name into the Celestial Vibe.
So for that one, I could see why Nintendo removed it, but again, it's just like, you gotta dig deep. Or not really dig that deep, but most of these are just in that gray area that can go either way. I don't really know how to describe it.
I really want to know Nintendo's reasoning for removing every mention of the word love. Another change made to the Treasure Hoard article was
that's just
love
weird.
nugget. I believe the word you're searching for is vibe nugget, Nintendo. Bitch! This one is actually extremely weird because it doesn't censor the original, it just changes it to be more subtle. The original says that Almar notices that the fruit is releasing simulating pheromones and then immediately states that he should give it to his wife. The Switch version changes it to where the joke is more subtle, but it's still there, which is especially strange because this is a line that
Olimar, your wife would love your love nugget for sure.
could actually be perceived as
I'm
offensive.
sorry.
Finally, they changed another plot detail of where Olimar's wife loses all her money. In the original release, it was because of her gambling with lottery tickets, but in the Switch version, they changed it to her losing all of her income by a pickpocket. I think that the lottery ticket one makes more sense. Like, do you expect me to believe that a pickpocket just happened to steal the entire income from the Olimar?
Yeah, I feel like the pickpocketing is like the coward way out when it comes to Nintendo and their freaking dialogue.
Family. It's more realistic that someone would go broke because of a gambling addiction.
Exactly.
They also changed the line where Olimar's son brings up that Olimar's wife completely forgot to feed the family dog. Whoops. The final changes made to Pikmin 2 were to move gendered stereotypes.
Oh my god. Wow. Nintendo, wow.
Husband's Tears collection of treasures was renamed to The Expensive Sentiment, and its original description of "Women cry with joy, men just cry at the price" was changed to "Declare your love and bankruptcy all at once." The Gemstar wife and Gemstar husband also had their names changed. I kinda don't get why, because these don't really have any stereotypes, they just have the name husband and wife in them. There does seem to be a misconception that these treasures were changed to make them gender neutral, but it doesn't really seem to be the case because there's several other treasures with gender terms in their name that weren't changed. That is the large majority of changes made to Pikmin 1 and 2 on the Switch.
Damn.
Things like removing Louie's backstory and removing some characters completely, which is super strange. It felt really unnecessary as well, and it kind of dragged these ports down by a small bit. While it's not the biggest thing in the world, and you know, it has no effect on the actual gameplay of the game, it was kind of unnecessary. At least we'll always have the old versions of the game to play, where we can admire marijuana and skippable cutscenes in all of its glory.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That was a good video. I really enjoyed that. That was good. That was very interesting. Yeah. Okay, definitely the vast majority of these is like I said, like they're in a gray area. You know, on one side, I would say it's fine that they were changed and it's understandable. On the other side, it's kinda stupid that something like so teeny tiny was changed, and like there was no harm there, and I feel like Nintendo kind of overreacted and missed the mark on some of the comedy because it would fit the vibe of Pikmin 2, because obviously there were like the what am I trying to say? Pikmin 2 was established in a certain way, and these were components for Pikmin 2 that made Pikmin 2. So removing some of these minor components, despite them being minor components, you're still removing components that made Pikmin 2 Pikmin 2. And the new censored stuff, I'm not going to say it feels out of place, but it's definitely, they definitely want to kind of distance themselves from the older stuff, but still trying to, you know, have the vision complete of Pikmin 2. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Maybe I'm just talking like an insane person, but yeah, I don't know. My personal take on this is that it is what it is. I can't really fully be for or against the changes they've made. Obviously some changes made me go, what? Why? But I can't really go, like I said, be for or against it, because Pikmin 1 and 2 on Switch was my introduction to Pikmin. That was literally my introduction. So I feel like I don't really have the power to be very vocal about that and to choose a side, because I feel like I don't really fit the bill when it comes to that kind of stuff, unlike others and just veterans in general who's played the OG Pikmin 1 and 2. But yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That'll be it. Thanks for watching. Again, if you guys want to check out my Let's Play series of the Pikmin games, of me playing those games for the very first time, a link will be in the description down below, so make sure you guys check that out. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace out, guys. See you guys there. And yeah, bye, guys. See you guys soon.